Nice buns, soft, fluffy, and ultra-low net carbs. Discover Hero Bread, the delicious ultra-low net carb bread with incredible taste and texture. Hero Bread has 0 grams of sugar and is under 100 calories per serving. Plus, high in fiber with 5 to 10 grams of protein per serving. Available on Amazon.com, Walmart.com, and at hero.co. That's HERO.co. Delicious, ultra-low net carb Hero Bread, buns and tortillas. Soft and fluffy, high in fiber, and with 0 grams of sugar, up to 10 grams of protein, coming in at under 100 calories. Order today at hero.co and use the code AH10 to get 10% off your first purchase. That's AH10 at hero.co. HERO.co. Order from hero.co now and get 10% off your first purchase with promo code AH10. That's 10% off with code AH10. HERO.co.
Fooled me once. Shame on you. It fooled me, we can't get fooled again.
On this episode of The Commercial Break.
I live in Disney World here at this house.
Yes, you do.
Disney fucking Junior, 24 hours a day.
Mickey.
Whoa, it's time to fly with us. Turn it up! That or Coco fucking Melon. Coco fucking Melon is the devil.
I don't know.
QAnon, if you want a conspiracy to hang on to, look into Coco fucking Melon. So basically, it's all themed from the moment you walk in the door, and you don't leave the hotel except to go to the parks. And even then, you go in a space vehicle. Okay? So, sounds awesome.
It does, actually.
And if anybody's going to do it right, it's going to be fucking Disney, right? We're so excited. Everyone's got their little, star boners ready to go.
Yeah. Those tiny lights.
Their little chewies are growing by the minute, right? What about jumping? Jumping is not a superpower. I could do that right now. Of course, it hurts my knees, but I can do that right now.
Jumping. Maybe it's like a super bounce jump, like like a quadruple bounce jump on a trampoline.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, you could jump up into the tree.
Yes.
But
Hey guys.
See you later.
The next episode of The Commercial Break starts now.
Time to the commercial break. I'm Brian Green. This is Kristen Hoadley and
Best to you.
Best to you, Krissy.
And Happy New Year.
I told you not to say that. Best to you out there in the podcast universe.
I'd like to slip it in there.
I know.
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while. For those of you that don't know, for about a year, we said to ourselves on one episode, how long can people get away with saying Happy New Year? Because it seems like some people were getting into February and March, and they were still like, Happy New Year. It's like, come on, man. Really? I think after the first week. So anyway, for about a year, we would say Happy New Year at the beginning of every show.
Yeah.
But then I felt like we were getting, there was too many salutations. Hello, best to you. This is the commercial break. Welcome to the commercial break. Thanks for listening to the commercial break. I just felt like it was getting old. So I said, Krissy, let's drop the Happy New Year, if you don't mind. And every once in a blue moon, against expressed wishes, Krissy says,
I like to go rogue.
I thought we had a team meeting about this. Okay, I'm going to dock your pay next time. We're talking your pay. I'm docking you. 25% of your pay is going into a bucket for other TCB employees every time you say that, which means about $1 a month.
Yep.
By my math. Doing the calculations real quick in my head. That's about 98 cents.
Yep, you were right.
Thanks, Spotify. We appreciate it. Have you taken your Christmas tree down yet?
Oh, yeah.
What is it? Yeah, we're in the middle of February.
Yes.
End of February. Are you taking your Christmas tree down?
I have.
Okay, there's some scientists out there that are now saying that people should keep their Christmas gear up for till March. Through March, until spring starts, essentially.
Jeff would never allow that.
Really?
Second of all,
he doesn't like Christmas?
No, he loves Christmas. But then it's kind of, I like to put out a lot of little tchotchke Christmassy stuff.
And he hates them. He's like, you get in the way.
Yeah. So,
do we really need a nativity scene on top of the toilet, Krissy? I don't want to look at Jesus every time I'm pissing.
Yes, and also too, I like to have a fresh new year with like a cleaning.
Oh, you like to have like a New Year cleaning?
Yeah, New Year cleaning. New Year.
New you.
New you. We haven't ever heard that before, have we?
No, we haven't. You should be a motivational speaker. You charge big money for that.
That's right.
Well,
thinking of it.
Some scientists have done some research, and there are certain places, like in Norway, where certain villages or townships, they will keep their Christmas gear up. Now,
that makes sense, actually. Like Iceland, Norway, any place that's going to be wintry for the next probably 5 months.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get that, like, when you live in 4 feet of snow or nonstop cold weather, in very short days.
Here in Atlanta, we've got like 60 degrees on Christmas. So.
Yeah, but I do still think I suffer from a bit of seasonal depression, right? Seasonal depression, depressive syndrome, which means that
Put up a Valentine's Day tree or a Krissy birthday tree. That's what we need to make.
A Valentine's Day tree. I'm going to make a Valentine's Day dildo. I'm going to put little hearts all over it. What if I put like a big, like, dick-shaped plastic tree up and just put little hearts on it and
like
pictures of Astrid and I. Yeah. And then on midnight at Valentine's Day, it'll be kind of like, remember the volcanoes you used to make when you were a kid? You used to put vinegar and baking soda in there. I'll put vinegar and baking soda. Instead of a star, it'll just explode.
Yeah.
At midnight.
That's a great idea, Brian.
And my kids will be like, ah! Listen, I don't think this is an entirely insane idea. There are some villages in the Philippines that celebrate Christmas 300 days of the year.
Wow.
Literally start celebrating in March for Christmas. So their entire life is just all about Christmas because they believe that the Christmas spirit is infectious and that people generally are in a better mood when Christmas is on their mind.
That's true, but how does that hold true then if it's for 300 days?
Don't ask me. I don't live in the village. I don't know. But I've watched documentaries about this particular village, and they're literally dressed up like Santa Claus, elves, and reindeer all year long. It's kind of It's kind of fun, right? It's like but I fear that it would be like you would get. It's like
too much of a good thing.
It's like living near the ocean, right? And you're a fan of the ocean. Because you're a fan of the ocean because you go there twice a year and then it's very fun.
It's not there all the time.
It's a new thing. If you're there all the time, I have friends that live at the beach and I'm like, man, you just must be at the beach every day. And they're like, nope, never, because I don't give a shit because it's right there and I see it all the time. But me, who lives 300 miles from the ocean, every time I go to the ocean, that's all I want to do is be near the ocean.
Yeah.
But I don't think this is entirely a bad idea just for a couple of extra months to put the Christmas tree up,
to their own.
Have the decorations. I think it's a good idea. But the other side of the coin is, Disney World's a great place to go. But if you lived there, would your attitude change about Disney World?
Maybe.
I think so, right? I think so. Now, I'm not sure that's for everybody, but I think it's for some people.
Yeah.
Living in Disney World all the time would ruin any fun they have. I don't think I could listen to all that fucking music all the time, to be honest. I live in Disney World here at this house.
Yes, you do.
Disney fucking Junior, 24 hours a day.
Mickey.
Whoa, it's time to fly with us. Turn it off! That or Coco fucking Melon. Coco fucking Melon is the devil.
I don't know.
QAnon, if you want a conspiracy to hang on to, look into Coco fucking Melon. Cocomelon. They just take these innocuous events in life, like, eating a cookie, and they make a song out of it that doesn't even rhyme, has no reason. It's like, here we eat the cookie today. It's so fun to eat the cookie. Here we eat the cookie today. Chomp, chomp, yum, yum, yum. And my kids are like,
enthralled.
It's like their eyes are glued. And these little stocky cartoon characters are running around eating the cookie. One of is like, oops, dad, hello, son. Hello, dad. Did you lie? No, I didn't. Are you sure? I think I didn't. I think you did. I just might have. You're in trouble. I don't want to be that. And it's like this back and forth between the father in song format, and it fucking murders my soul every time I hear it. I'm like, I don't want this playing in the house. But they get upset when it's not on. Not when it's not on, but when you try and turn on something different, they're upset. They want Coco fucking Melon.
Cocomelon.
Can we watch a Pixar movie? I can swallow a Pixar movie.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Every couple of hours on the dot. It's Cocomelon that's driving me crazy. Or sometimes those Disney Junior things are really there. But, speaking of Disney World, there is a hotel down in Orlando in Disney World that they have been building for a couple of years called
really?
the Star Wars. Yeah. You're like, oh, really? Go figure. They're building a hotel in Orlando.
A new one?
Star Wars themed hotel. Now, here was the original premise. Let me spell it out for you.
Okay.
The original premise was, Disney buys that Star Wars franchise for $1 billion. Then they put out a couple of movies, some of them well received, some of them not. Depends on who you are. But then they decide they're going to go and make their biggest expansion to both parks, Disney World and Disneyland, Florida and California, in the form of a Star Wars themed land. 20 acres on both, almost exact, like carbon copies of each other in both places. The whatever they call it, Star Wars land. And the Star Wars land is universally, by most Star Wars fans, panned because it's so homogenized. There's like none of the characters you love or There's no Han Solo. There's no Chewie, Chewbacca. There's no Yoda. It's just kind of people dressed up in a generalized space format. And yeah, they have the Millennium Falcon down there, which is the famous ship that they right. But it's just everyone kind of agrees it's a big cash grab.
Sure, that makes sense.
I
think they're in business to make money. So
they're in business to make money, and they're milking every dollar out of it. And I think I told you that I went and got a fucking lightsaber made.
Yeah, I love
and it was
that
like
thing.
$6,000 for that fucking lightsaber. It doesn't work because the kyber crystal won't go in
I
it.
was so excited when I saw that.
I know.
I was like, you've got a lightsaber, let's use it.
It looks great.
It doesn't work.
It's you gotta buy a fucking kyber crystal for $7,000 extra dollars.
Right.
So people go, Star Wars land, big cash grab, not really all that great, but it's there and, whatever. Now, as an addendum to their theme park domination, they've decided they're going to make a Star Wars hotel. And here's how it goes. It's a themed hotel. So you're going to pull up, you're getting onto a starship, a Star Wars ship, and then that Star Wars ship is going to take you on a 4 to 7 day adventure to space. Then you're going to come back and you're going to leave the ship. So basically, it's all themed. Like when you open the windows, you see space.
It sounds pretty cool.
It does sound really fucking cool, right?
Yeah.
Which is what everybody was saying. Sounds fucking cool. So basically, it's all themed from the moment you walk in the door, and you don't leave the hotel except to go to the parks. And even then, you go in a space vehicle. Okay? So, sounds awesome.
It does, actually.
And if anybody's going to do it right, it's going to be fucking Disney, right? We're so excited. Everyone's got their little, star boners ready to go.
Yeah. Those tiny lightsabers.
Their little chewies are growing by the minute, right? Yeah, that's right. The little lightsaber. Swing, whatever that sound is. Over the last couple of months, in an effort to market the new hotel that's coming out, they start putting out promotional materials about this hotel. It's opening in March. It was sold out 4 months in advance, even before they gave, a hard opening date.
Wow.
A lot of these dates were sold out in advance when they started to sell tickets. They put out a promotional video that is so bad, so cheesy.
Really?
I swear to God, Matthias could have done a better job with the theming, the costumes, and just generally the hotel looks like shit. It's just it's bad. It's cheap. It's cheap plasticky stuff and, all these cool things they were talking. They're going to have this lightsaber training. Well, lightsaber training ended up being like, how on the Xbox you have that little handheld thing and it goes like, you could do a better job on Xbox than you could on this. It's really, then they were going to teach you how to drive the spaceship and go into hyperdrive. Well, it looks like Star Trek, the original Star Trek. It looks like plastic.
Like the thing at the grocery store where you can jump in.
Exactly.
In the car.
Yes.
And put a quarter in.
I would rather go to Walmart and find a spaceship for a quarter than spend. And this is not cheap. It's $6,000. $4,000 to $6,000 is like the cheapest version of staying at this place, right?
Jeez.
Now, a couple of weeks ago, it comes out that the way that they're going to transport you to the parks is in a box truck. A box truck. First of all, I don't even know if this is legal.
No.
Is it legal to sit in the back of a box truck?
I don't know. Is there any ventilation?
There must be. I mean, I'm sure Disney's on the, they're not going to kill the people who are spending the most money at their parks. They want their name and address and credit card information. This is like bad decision after bad decision. There's nothing about the Star Wars hotel is Star Wars at all. There's no characters you like. No, it doesn't even look like any of the things that are in the Star Wars universe. The theming is bad. The costumes, like the green paint is like bleeding off. Some lady was like dressed up like a green alien, right? And she was like, she's the captain of the ship, and she's like, "Welcome to Batutu. You are going to be welcome to Batutu. We are going to screw you by taking your credit card information." And she's like, she puts out her hand, and this little 3D image of the spaceship comes up.
Right.
She's like, "You will be taking your space cruise on 663.22 Pipu," and she like goes like this, and it's like a bad green screen that comes up with a ship, and her hand is all the way over here. The ship's over there.
Oh,
she's like moving it around.
Wonder who approved this.
I don't know who approved it. That's the point. Who should be approving it is the head of the company. Should be like, this should be the best. If people are spending $6,000 just to stay at our shitty hotel and ride in a box truck, then this should be the best promotional video that we have ever put together. Sell it. Do it. Get it. Get that check. The problem is, it is just as bad as anything that I've ever seen Disney do. They have all those people who made those fucking Star Wars movies.
Yes.
All those people over at Pixar, all those wonderful movies that we watch with these incredibly complicated and gifted people are doing.
They didn't tap any of those people.
They didn't tap any of those people. They tap like
the intern.
Yeah, they got like the guy who's putting the seatbelt on at Space Mountain. They're like, "Hey, you want an extra job? Sure." Do you know how to work Photoshop? Not really.
Guys.
Oh, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know that's what you wanted, a spaceship. Jeez, that's complicated. Here, you hold it up. I'm going to take a picture of it. And then what I'll do is I'll cut your hand out, and I'll put it up here, and I'll move it around a little bit. I think that's how George Lucas did it the first time. I read a story one time. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry about that green makeup. What I did was... I went to the dollar store and I bought some paint, the kind you put the water in, it goes like this, and I painted her. Oh, she's getting sick. I'm sorry. I didn't know that was toxic.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's just bad. It's all around bad. The food looks bad. The tables look bad. Everything looks bad. Mm-hmm. And so people start canceling left and right.
Oh, there's been a bunch of cancellations.
It's been a backlash. Cancellations. Left and right. Now there's plenty of time if you want to go. Just been riding a box truck for $4,000. There's plenty of room for you to do so, because I believe people are saying enough's enough. Disney and Universal are down there fighting each other for the crown. Disney has always had the crown down there, but all of a sudden they have this new CEO, Bob Chapek, who's a real fucking dick, if you ask me.
Really,
in the sense that they have a problem down there. We've talked about this before. It's very crowded.
Yes.
It's very crowded, and they don't know what to do about it. And it's really hard to manage because there's so many other hotels and properties and things to do down in Orlando. It's hard to manage the flow of traffic in and out. And therefore, when it's supposed to be downtime, it's not downtime. When they're supposed to have off-season, it's not off-season anymore. It's crowded 365 days of the year, almost 24 hours a day down there.
Yeah, well, they want that dollar.
They want that dollar, but even if people have been complaining about this for years, it's
they're still going.
Of course they are, because there's no other experience on Earth like it. You can't replicate Disney.
No.
You can go to Universal, but they don't have Mickey. You can go to Universal, but you're not staying at the Polynesian Resort.
Right.
Now, that's not to say Universal doesn't have its own upside. I'm sure it does. It looks like the better option right now because Disney has one problem and one problem only, and that is guest satisfaction. And the logistics of keeping guests happy are really difficult. They need to do one of two things. Kick a bunch of people out of the park and say, if our capacity is 50,000 at the Magic Kingdom a day, now we're going to move it down to 40,000 so people have breathing room and can actually get on a fucking ride when you spend $386 $100,000 fucking dollars to go down there.
Yeah.
Or we got to charge $387 fucking $1,000. So 10,000 people select themselves and say, I can't afford it anymore. And that's the choice that they're making. The problem is that you're not getting anything for that extra $1,000.
Yeah.
Now you have to pay a cab to go everywhere. You can't do this. You can't do that. This guy, Bob Chapek, at every corner, he's choosing to just make things more complicated and expensive. And everybody, and I mean everybody, even the biggest Disney apologists out there, and trust me, I keep an eye on this stuff.
Well, are you on Disney boards?
Yeah, I am the Disney board.
Yeah, you're running them.
I'm Mr. Duck, Mr. Donald Duck.
You're the moderator.
That's right. I'm PP Pluto. That's who I am. I'm 33 Pluto. Check me out. So the most amazing thing is happening right now. The shareholders of Disney are said to be discussing, of which I am one, but I have one share of Disney. I'm not, no one's paying attention to me, but their shareholders are now discussing voting against rehiring Bob Chapek to be the CEO of the company. And I think that this might happen. Do you know how many times this happens? Not a lot. This doesn't happen a lot. Not at a Fortune 500 company.
Right.
Not
was
a lot
Eisner the last one?
Iger. Bob Iger. Yeah, Eisner was back in the night. Everyone loved Eisner because he was just a Fruit Loop. he's like, let's spend $1 billion on a new park in Europe. And we'll put it in the middle of Paris, and we'll offend all the Parisians with bad French accents. And it was a flop. No one wanted to go.
No, that's true.
He basically took like a 4th of July carnival and put it in the middle of Paris and said, it's Disney World. And people were like, go fuck yourself. Right. No one showed up. It was a big flop. But Eisner was awesome because he just wanted to do everything. He was going to make
he was a kid in a candy store.
Exactly. He was going to take a reclamated Navy base in San Diego and put a floating island out there and called it, like a Disney Sea World or whatever, Disney Sea. And he had all these wonderful ideas, but he made one horrible mistake, and that was he spent like $1 billion on Euro Disney without consulting on anybody in Europe on what they might like in their park. And so he's just like it was seen as like pushing American culture on the French. Now it's doing very well, but back then it was an absolute flop. So that he wouldn't get fired, he was like, maybe that Disney Sea can wait. He's also responsible for making like Captain EO with Michael Jackson, which is the most expensive film ever made.
Oh, that's right.
It's Captain EO.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson would come.
Hey guys, can we have a little bit more space? Spacesuits? I like spacesuits. Can I get a little tighter spacesuits? Thanks, guys. Thanks,
Is
everybody.
it still the most expensive movie ever made?
But most expensive film by minute.
Oh, by minute.
By minute,
oh, okay.
yeah. It was like $28 million a minute or something. It was bad. Man, was it bad. Captain EO. And it aged bad because it's just like Michael dancing around with a bunch of children.
Hey, can we get tighter suits on the kids? Thanks, Michael Eisner. I appreciate it.
It's just like, all of it's just bad.
Yeah.
So Bob Chapek, I think, is going to get voted out of. I hope he's going to get voted out. Yeah, because everybody's kind of sick of it. It's like that's a place that we loved.
Yeah.
Here's an example. They have these purple fucking signs down there. Purple and yellow signs. Tells you where to go. Epcot this way, Magic Kingdom that way, go to this hotel here. Because it's 20 square miles, 100 square miles, whatever it is, of property.
20, 100, whatever 20, 100, it
takes. whatever Brian thinks it is today. A lot of room, a lot of space. And they have these highways in streets inside. And so they paid this consulting firm in Europe back in the late 1980s. They paid a consulting firm to figure out how to differentiate themselves from the Florida actual sign. So you knew you were on the property.
Oh, okay, right.
They were easy to read and that everyone could kind of understand them. Mm-hmm. Well, this company went out and did 8 years worth of research to figure out that purple and yellow, these big purple and yellow signs, purple, yellow, and red, were universally understood, that everyone could understand them, was the best colors, you could see it at night, and it was fun and cheerful, made everybody feel good. Mm-hmm. They put these purple signs everywhere. Every fucking where these purple signs. They're lovely. They're lovely. You associate the purple signs with Disney World. If you go to Disney World, you want to see the purple signs. That's why you go to Disney World. That's why you pay all that money to go see the purple fucking signs. Guess what Bob Chapek does? He takes down the purple fucking signs. Why does he take down the purple signs? There's no good reason. Why would you take down the purple signs? Why would you do that if you spent millions and millions of dollars trying to get it right and it's like pale blue and gray now? Pale blue and gray? Who wants to see that fucking shit? Bob fucking Chapek? Chapek is what I call you. JPEG. I'm mad. I want my
can
Disney
tell.
World back. I
Yes.
want my Disney World back. The Disney World of my childhood. I want to hand down to my children, but I can't do that because you got to pay $750,000 to ride in the back of a stuffy box truck to the pee-pee poo-poo hotel. It's so stupid.
But it hasn't opened yet.
It opens in March.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Interested to see. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be.
Yeah.
They got a problem on their hands. You want to know why? Because the first 20 people who walk in that door are going to be critics. They're going to be like vloggers, and there is a whole ecosystem of vloggers that do nothing but vlog about Disney. They make huge livings, like millions and millions of views, just vlogging. That's what they do. Every day they live down there. Every day they go, and they, hey, there's a guy out there. He does a nightly television, a streaming show on YouTube, a nightly show, like a talk show about Disney World.
Really?
And he talks about everything that's going on in the Disney ecosystem.
How is there so much more to talk about every day?
You know why? Because they put out new merchandise. They have new food. There's a new sign. There's a new color. Someone shat on the ground. Like, he literally covers it all. And people watch this. Like, thousands and thousands of people watch this.
I can see that.
I can't see that, actually. And I'm a Disney fan. And I'm like, okay, that's just overboard.
Some people are Disney cuckoo.
I don't need to know that there's a Donald Duck M&M cookie coming to the fucking, Epcot Center. I don't give a shit. I just show up and pay $35 for it. That's it. And after Disney had all of those like Avenger movies and everything, they're on a roll as far as the movies are concerned. Yeah, for sure. Do you ever watch the Avengers? Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I did. I liked the Avengers a lot. Out. You did? No, well, I didn't get into them until later. Jeff and I kind of got into them while we were watching TV one night. We're like, let's give it a try. And then we loved it.
Yeah.
And then we had to watch the other ones and get back into the stories and figure it all out.
Like the part one, like the Avengers part one or whatever it was.
I can't tell you how in the sequence of things goes, but we really enjoyed them.
Apparently, there's a website out there that will tell you which sequence to watch them in, like chronological order, so it makes the most amount of sense. Although I'm sure that if you watch them in any order, you'll probably figure it out.
Yeah.
Except for the last two, which were the big like Avengers movies that the part one and part two. Part one was like 3.5 hours long.
Yeah, it was long.
So Astrid and I went when she was pregnant with, I think, Matthias. And we couldn't get, it's not that it wasn't interesting. It's just that there was a lot of,
stuff you didn't know, backstory, and it was long.
A lot of like fast moving CGI. And we were kind of like, another hour of this? Not that it wasn't interesting.
Yeah.
I just don't think at that moment we were interested. I think we felt like there were better things to do with our time. We had a baby coming. So I felt like, 3.5 hours of sitting in the movie theater wasn't there. But I've always had a certain curiosity about like superheroes in general.
Oh yeah, me too.
I'm sure everyone does.
Yes, I think
what would it be like if you could fly?
Right.
What would it be
the
like
big one.
if you could punch the wall? And what would it be like if you could see into the future, or teletransport, have a 20-inch dick, stuff like that.
Yes.
So I put a list together, a long list of superhero powers, and what I'd like to do is I'd like to go down the list and see if we can kind of whittle it down to the best superhero power.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I got to get a pen here. So, Krissy, you keep the audience entertained. Give them an update on your eyeball. Hey everybody, it's that time inside the commercial break when we take a commercial break, and I have some exciting news for you. Krissy and I are going to be starting a series where we play a number of games here on the podcast, and we want you involved. If you're interested, leave us a message at one of two places. Go to tcbpodcast.com, click on the Contact Us form, and drop us an email. Or you can leave a text message or a voicemail on 661-BEST-2-YO. That's 661-237-8296. I'm not going to get into what games we're playing, but we're going to be playing a lot of them, so there's plenty of room for everybody. Also, if you'd like to follow us on Instagram at The Commercial Break and youtube.com/The Commercial Break for content you cannot get anywhere else. We put out clips on both Instagram and YouTube every single day. And on YouTube, we have a series called In the Studio. It's filmed exclusively for YouTube, so you can only get it there. Subscribe if you like the channel. We certainly would appreciate it. People are texting us and leaving us messages asking us how they can best support the show. One of two or both ways. Number one, you can leave us a review on your favorite podcast player. We certainly would appreciate it, and it helps us grow the audience of the show, which then in turn makes our sponsors happy. If you're ever in the market for any of our sponsors, products, or services, if you could use the specialized URLs sales or discount codes that we give away on air. It gives you free shit, and it tells our sponsors we're doing a good job. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is now the new schedule. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns about that, go ahead and hit us up on that 661-237-8296 number, and I'll let you know how I feel about you letting us know how you feel. And now, a word from said sponsors.
How's your money feeling? It's about to feel happier with a certificate from Happy Money's partner, Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. Elevate and increase your savings with 18-month terms and only a $500 minimum. And the happiest part? MSU FCU certificates yield 4.5% APY annual percentage yield. Now that's a happier side of money. Elevate your savings. Go to happymoney.com/MSUFCU. That's MSUFCU. Funds insured up to $250,000 by NCUA. The APY is accurate as of the 12/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings. Be a barbecue hero with delicious, ultra-low net carb hero bread, buns, and tortillas. Soft and fluffy, high in fiber, and with 0 grams of sugar, up to 10 grams of protein, coming in at under 100 calories per serving. Oh, and did I mention they taste like their mouth-watering traditional versions? I mean, what's not to love? Use code AH10 for 10% off your first hero bread purchase at hero.co. That's AH10 for 10% off at hero.co.
The mistletoe margarita, the Scrooge driver, the North Pole punch. The holidays call for cocktails, so get everything you'll need for them delivered with Drizzly, the go-to app for drink delivery. So
What's it gonna be?
Classics like Bullet Bourbon, Don Julio Reposado, or Kettle One, or maybe something new. Find it all on Drizzly, where you can get beer, wine, and spirits delivered for any holiday festivity. Download the Drizzly app or go to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com today. Must be 21 plus, not available in all locations.
All right, what were you saying?
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Okay, ready? We're going to do a superhero power round robin tournament and see if we can figure out what the best superhero is.
Okay.
Superhero power.
Just the power.
Yeah, superpower. Let's call it superpower.
I mean, is flying not just already up there?
I mean, well, we'll have to decide, right?
Okay.
Okay, so now here's the first set of superhero powers. Accelerated healing.
Yes, I have a hurt eye right now,
right?
so yes.
I think accelerated healing would be
Definitely
cool.
for me would be good.
Yeah,
I'm kind of clumsy and I'm always got some kind of bruise or burn or eye thing. So yeah.
And I'm just old and I'm falling apart. So,
Yes.
But I wonder if accelerated healing means you can accelerate healing or you can hand it to someone else.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think if you have the power, you have the power to heal yourself too, and you can do it to somebody else.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah,
like
that would
if
be perfect.
Matthias gets a boo-boo and I can just fix it. Yeah, that's a good one. Sonar. I don't really give a shit about sonar.
Yeah.
Like, why do I care if someone's close to me?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what exactly? Like planes and vehicles
Like the
and
radio
Quick, there's a 747 coming. I don't know how that would help you unless you were like in a war,
Right.
And you had to look out for enemy tanks or planes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure sonar.
Or
is
you're a
really
big
good one.
cheater and you needed to know when the girls were around that you had told
sonar.
one thing.
That's what I like. Sonar. Okay, that wins. Night vision. Well, I could buy night vision.
Yeah, I was
Can't
going
you
to
get
say,
it from one of those
can.
like QVC
Those
or some
glass-
shit
yeah,
like that?
goggles.
Yeah. Now, $49 for 4 years payments of $49.99.
And again, there's really not a reason to need them unless you're out at night trying to creep around.
Yeah, or you're a
see
prepper
stuff. Yeah.
and think that the lights are going to go out every night.
Yeah.
It's like I saw on QVC one night, this guy is like, for 4 years of payments of $49.99, you can see in the dark no matter what the conditions. If Russia invades, you'll have night vision. Night vision? Who fucking cares at that point? Night vision.
I know,
I want a
right?
flashlight, night vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So night vision, wall crawling.
Wall crawling.
I mean, that's kind of cool, but I'm not sure that serves a tactical purpose. Yeah. I mean, what am I going to do? I have 20-foot ceilings. It's not going to be very fun. I'm talking, and now I'm not talking. Let's put some parameters around this.
Okay.
What is the coolest superpower to have as a normal human being. Not not if we're crime fighting or something like that, right? Because wall crawling might be cool if I was fighting crime. I get to like hang above people and be like, ah!
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it would be cool to be able to do, but as the best one, I don't know.
No, it's not. I think we got to take that one out immediately. Wall crawling. Controlling machines. Now, here is a cool one if I could control machines.
Yeah.
Like a Tesla car or something like that, or like a somebody else's
or
computer.
Or just the equipment here in the podcast studios.
Well, that's true. Understanding machines. This is true. Yeah, I never thought about it like that. Yeah, okay, controlling machines might be one. The ability to control plants.
Yeah.
Plants. Not sure that really, I don't care.
That's an additional superpower.
Additional superpower. The ability to control plants.
Plants like house plants?
Yeah.
Or like plants like
get him, Fern! Attack Fern! If someone walked in the door and be like, get him, fake palm tree!
You know where I could see it working would be like with ivy.
Oh,
you
cool.
could wrap around somebody with ivy.
Yeah. But how would that serve on a daily basis? Maybe my kids. What if I could get him, Fern? Go get Mia and bring her back here. I can imagine my children like, ah! Okay, kind of cool. Super speed. Oh, I like this one.
I like the super speed
I like
too.
super speed. If I could just like,
is that just you just run?
Yeah,
you
just run super fast, like 200 miles per hour. Like people can't even see you so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could go to
like
if I could be at the beach in like 5 minutes on my own, pedaling on my own feet, and be back before dinner. That's a cool one.
Would you be able to take other people with you on your supersonic?
I think if you're strong enough, like I could probably pick up Mia and go for a ride.
Quick, Mia.
But I'm not sure I could grab Astrid by the back of her head and just be like, "Oh, let's go! Woo! Look at my buddy!" Super speed is cool, but super speed is cool. Okay, healing others. Here we go. Healing others.
Yes.
I would like that one.
I would too.
I would like that one. Okay, so now I think we've come down to, I think we left out night vision. I think we've come down to accelerated healing, controlling machines, plant control, super speed, healing others. We got to pick two. I would say plant control, we decided may not be all that interesting in real life.
Is healing others and then accelerated healing, those aren't kind of the same?
No, one's healing yourself, one's healing others, now that I've read it correctly.
Okay.
So I would say super speed and healing others is what would you say?
Yeah, I would definitely go healing others. And then what were the other choices?
Super speed, controlling machines, or healing yourself.
I'm going back to controlling plants.
Controlling plants? You want controlling plants. Okay. So
I like saying get him, Fern.
Get him, Fern.
I mean, nobody would ever.
Christmas cactus.
Nobody would ever suspect that that's even a power.
That's
so
true.
You could throw people off.
That's true. You could just what if I could just go up and slap somebody's butt with a fern? Just be like,
that was my fern.
No, that's my fern. He's out of control. You gotta watch out for that one. He's sneaky. Okay, so now we have a disagreement. So here's how it's going to go. I'm going to pick super speed as mine because we can only have two per. So now yours is either healing others or plant control. Which one do you want? Are you going to stick with plant control, really?
No, of course I'm going to go healing others, but plant control is really fun.
Okay, so super speed and healing others moves on to round 2. Okay. Unbreakable bones. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
But what am I doing? Running through walls? I mean, maybe when I'm 90.
That's true. That would come in handy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
kind of cool. Teleportation for sure. Teleportation is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if I could be in Paris in a second.
Oh my God, I've been waiting for them to come out with this for forever. Why is it not
Chrissy's
here
waiting
yet?
for him to come out with this. Tesla, hey, Elon, get on that.
Why has it not happened yet?
Well, it's just this whole thing about matter and gravity. And,
molecules.
Underwater breathing.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be super cool to have.
Yeah, cool. But I'm still gets exhausting swimming. Like, I mean, even if I could breathe underwater, it still tires me out after a few minutes. I'm not
and I
sure.
guess you could just do the scuba.
Yeah. And then I'm afraid like I'd get brave and want to like cross the ocean or something like that. And then I just sink to the bottom because I was so tired. But I guess if I could breathe, then I would just take a nap down there.
That's true.
Yeah. I wouldn't have to worry about wake
Have
up in
a
the
little
morning.
octopus come over.
Yeah. Hey! And then I eat it like sushi.
You can hang out with SpongeBob.
That's true. But I am scared of the bottom of the ocean a little bit. Makes me a little bit nervous.
Well, who isn't?
Yeah, there's things down there we have no fucking clue about. Exactly. And so if I was underwater breathing, yeah, like little things that see,
Critters.
they're all weird and they see, there's more.
The ones that have the eyes that go out just directly to the side of their head.
Or they move independently. Like, I don't want to be friends with any of that shit. Doesn't interest me all that much. It's kind of like seeing an alien. I'm not interested. Okay, so underwater breathing is, it's kind of cool. Levitation. Now, levitation is cool, but I think flying is cooler.
Yeah.
Like if I could fly, then I'd be levitating, right?
Right.
I could just kind of lift myself off the ground. Yeah. So I'm going to say that I'm going to wait for flying. Bringing the dead back to life. No, thank you. Yeah. No, thank you.
You're messing around with stuff.
Well, I mean, I think you're messing around with stuff in any of these, but I get it.
Yeah. And I mean, bring people back to life, like in what form?
That's true. And who are they when they come back?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like the Frankenstein conversation, right? Or the undead conversation. Like,
right. You could have them back, but do you want them back?
If you reanimate people, are they the same as they were before? And do you want that?
Yeah.
Now, if I could bring people back to life and choose their personality traits that stick with them, then that would be good. Like if I was like a guy who could bring, like a therapist who could bring people back from the dead and control what their personalities like. The truth is that I'm sure that there are some people in my life, should they pass away, that the only thing I would ever want was the ability to bring them back.
Of course.
But if you bring one person back, then you get people bothering you.
Right, that's true.
Like, hey,
I got my mom.
Carrot Top just died. Can we bring him back? And I'll be like, I didn't really like Carrot Top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or can Michael Jackson just do one more concert?
You'd be very godlike.
You would be godlike. So I'm going to say no to that. I don't want to play God.
Levitate up off the ground.
and I'd say, Fern, go get him.
Fern, attack.
Attack, Fern. Granting wishes. Oh, cool. Yeah. That's more like a genie than a superpower,
right.
But okay.
Well, again, now you get into playing godlike figure, and people are going to be bugging you. I've got some wishes.
Crazy.
Also, be careful what you wish for.
That's true. Always be careful what you wish for.
Exactly, because sometimes people think they want something, and then it's the old cautionary tale.
It's like those fucking lottery winners.
Yep.
Like those fucking lottery winners. They go broke within days. Why? Because they wanted it, but they had no idea what they were going to do when they got it. So I'm going to say granting wishes is too godlike for me.
Yes.
Speaking to the dead. Teresa Caputo already does this. Why did I just call Teresa? Yeah, ghost hunters. That's right. I'm not interested in speaking to the dead.
I agree.
Yeah.
Let them rest.
I'm not sure I believe in all that shit. Flight. For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
100%.
Okay, so out of this...
do you have those dreams where you're flying?
Absolutely.
Me too.
I have dreams
love
all
them.
the time that I'm flying.
I know, me too.
And sometimes I have dreams that I'm crashing. Do you want to know like the weirdest dream that I had last night? And by the way, I'll talk to you about this. Let me write this note down so I can talk to you about this off air. I had the weirdest dream last night. Remember sometimes I was talking about that girl who's on my Facebook who has a what do you call it? The account where all the nudity is. The OnlyFans account.
Yes.
She has an OnlyFans account. And she's like, it's not like I don't know who's on her OnlyFans, but it wouldn't be me.
Yes.
I had a dream that I was in my childhood home last night. And this girl was trying to have sex with me before my dad came home. Oh. And I was like, no. I was like, literally like, no, we can't do this. And she's like, you told me you would. And I'm like, no, I didn't. Okay, onward and upward. Unbreakable bones, teleportation, or flight. So we have to pick two. So I am going to, for me, I would do teleportation or flight.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so that was easy. Teleportation and flight. Move on to the next round. Self-duplication. Self-duplication? No, I don't want two of me. I hate one of me. I'm not sure. And I'm not sure anybody else wants that either.
I know. And could you, are you going to have to tell them what to do? Like, keep track of them?
Yeah.
Like, what? Krissy?
Yeah,
God.
Krissy. Brian?
I mean, I told other Krissy not to do that, but she's out all night again at the club.
Yeah.
I mean, she's gotten arrested.
You left the milk open again, Bryan. What are you doing? I told you not to go to my ex-girlfriend's house and pretend that I'm single. Don't do that. And which head would you be in?
Exactly.
Like, would you be in this head or would you be in that head?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all kind of weird question. No thanks. No thanks. Too complicated for me.
Yeah.
Death touch. No, I don't want the death touch.
Death touch?
Yeah.
God.
What is that?
You're dead.
Come here, baby. Come here, Nico. Give me a hug. Of course, Nico would probably just like come right back to life. Smelling worse than he did before. No, I don't want death touch. No. Gravity control. No, that's not all that interesting to me.
Gravity control.
Like, why would I want to control gravity?
But again, could you fly with the gravity control?
Probably. If you could say no gravity. But then
would everything else start floating?
Yeah, everything would start floating, I'm sure. Or you could I could command this camera just to lift off the ground. I would say,
get my shot over here. That might be cool.
Okay. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll leave that one on there. What about jumping? Jumping is not a superpower. I could do that right now. Of course, it hurts my knees, but I could do that right now.
Jumping. Maybe it's like a super bounce jump, like a like a quadruple bounce jump on a trampoline.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, you could jump up into the tree.
Yes.
But
Hey guys,
see you later. It's just jump and hang on to the top of a tree. Cool party trick. How do you get down? Not entirely sure. It just said jumping. It didn't say landing. I wish I had the grant wishes thing too, because now I can say I wish I knew how to land. I mean,
yeah.
Okay, jumping. I think this could all be taken care of with flight, right? Yes. Long life. No, I don't give a shit. No, I don't want to live for hundreds of years.
No, me neither.
That doesn't sound interesting to me. Tough skin. Well, I think I got a tough skin.
Yeah,
tough skin already.
Figuratively or literally?
Literally. I'm talking literally. I think this means, people could, I don't know, try and stab you. And
you'd be okay.
You'd be like, whatever.
Yeah, I'll just keep myself out of those situations.
Okay. Mind reading. This might be interesting. This I like.
It's a double-edged sword.
I know.
Because
all of them are.
Yeah. I mean, you want to know. Flying to me seems not harmless. How is that a double-edged sword? Because the mind reading, you may not want to know what somebody's mind is saying.
Because if you're flying, then I don't know. You're going to have to talk to air traffic control about your flight patterns. I'm not really sure, but there's got to be some downside to flying. It probably would be that everybody would know that you can fly, and they'd all want a piece
hop on
of
your
you.
back?
Yeah, you'd be the most famous person in the world. That's right.
Like I did
People
with
jump
my
on my back all the time.
In the pool.
That's right.
When I was little, get on his back.
Okay. Flying seems less complicated in nature, but I'm sure there's something about it.
Tricky.
I think I like this because then I think I'm a realist. I believe I already understand what most people are thinking.
Well, then why do you need to read the minds?
Because I actually want to hear what they have to say. I want to catch them.
I don't know if you do.
I know. I don't know if I do either. Okay, but we got to pick one.
Be.
So okay, steel claws.
Steel claws.
Come here, Mia. Oh, sorry about your arm.
That's like Edward Scissorhands.
I know.
Sorry.
Wolverine.
Sorry.
Sorry about your eyeball.
Yeah, I'm good on the steel claws.
Nope. Gravity control. So the only ones that made it out of this one are gravity control and mind reading. And I think I'm going to say mind reading.
Okay.
And what are you going to go with? Gravity control?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so mind reading and gravity control. All right, there we go. Hard skin. We already talked about this. It's the same. Sensing danger. Well, I sense danger all the time. That's like a human.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
Endurance. Oh, yeah. I'd like to be I'd like to just go. I'd like to be Sting. 7 hours in bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every day to Sunday morning, you get it on, you get your boner. We're talking about a brand new day.
Endurance could be interesting. That could help with the swimming.
That's
with the
true.
underwater.
If I had swimming and endurance, then I could make it over to Europe with
quick.
Yeah, underwater, just like swim
Pass
underwater.
by some whales.
Well, it's not fast swimming. It's just underwater breathing. Right. So if you have endurance, it'll still take you a long time to get over there.
I would.
I mean, didn't it take like somebody like a day to cross the English Channel or something?
So.
And that's not that long. It's only like 20 miles.
Yeah.
Okay, endurance, cool. Photographic memory.
Yes.
Okay.
I would like that.
There are people on Earth who have this. There are people
know.
on Earth who have a photograph. They remember the day, the time. They can name the color, what you were wearing, what
Yeah,
you said.
I like that power.
Yeah. Well, I think it's photographic, so I think it has to be something they
Yes.
see. But human lie detection, for fucking sure. That would be cool, man. What do you think? I think that's a cool one. Yeah.
I can feel like I can kind of tell when people are lying.
That's mind reading, too.
Yeah, that is mind reading.
Slowing down time. No, I don't care. Gives a shit about that.
Unless you're like in a really cool space. For vacation.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, invulnerability. What? Invulnerability. Like the anti-vulnerable? Like I'm never vulnerable?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know a couple people like this
I'm
already.
good. Yeah.
I'm good. Immortality. No, that's the same as long life. Yeah, and I don't want if I don't want to live for 100 years, I certainly don't want to live forever years.
Yes.
That's for sure. Okay, endurance, photographic memory, human lie detection.
I don't know. That could be good. That's kind of vampire-ish, like
immortality.
Yeah, the immortality.
Yeah.
You can live like a bunch of different centuries. Then
But I think after a while you'd just be like, let me
tough.
go.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think that happened after like 100 years,
Right.
not like 1,000, but like 100. But then you got forever to go.
Yes,
right.
true.
But then again, it could be cool. You see all of these different
you
generations.
could amass your riches.
Yeah.
and then just
spend your fortune on I don't know
planes.
Yeah.
Maybe Bezos.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
Elon
Zuck
Musk.
has been alive for his whole time. That's kind of a baby face. Hasn't really changed his looks in a couple.
Vampires are like that, though.
Yeah, vampires are like that. They'll get you. Those vampires, look out for them. Endurance, photographic memory, human lie detection.
I have to pick one.
Yeah, pick two.
Endurance, I'm going photographic memory.
Okay.
And then endurance, lie detection, and what?
That's it. Those
Endurance.
three.
I'm going
Okay.
endurance.
Endurance and photographic memory. Those two. Okay, I'm going to do that also.
Okay.
Okay. So now there's one more round, but I think these are pretty stupid. So I'm going to super dick insta orgasm. I put those in there. Okay. So now here's what we have: super speed, healing others, teleportation, flight. Pick one.
I mean, I want to say help or healing others.
You want to say that.
I know, but
because it
flying,
sounds good, but flying is cool. You want to say that because you don't want people in the audience to think you're an asshole.
No, I mean, I really do want to heal others, but
No, I hear ya.
flying,
You know,
I might
flying.
be able to heal others just by being able to fly.
That's true.
So there you go.
I don't know how that happens, but yeah,
I
you
could save people
You could
quick.
fly them to the hospital quicker.
Yes.
Okay, so flight,
Yep.
and then you got one other one. You're picking two.
Oh, those again?
Yeah.
What were the
Super speed, healing others, teleportation, or flight?
teleportation?
Teleportation?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, teleport. All right. Okay, and I would
Flight kind of covers
that
teleportation.
kind of covers, like, I think if
It
you're...
does.
Well, teleporting is instant.
Yeah.
Flying, you'd have to make some effort.
But you'd have fun doing it.
Yeah, you'd have fun doing it. So I think they're kind of the same.
What was the other one?
Super speed, healing others, teleportation, or flight.
Okay, I'm going to go with flight and super speed.
Super speed. Okay.
See, then I can be even fast as I was flying.
Ah. Well, we're not combining them. We're just getting to the bottom of which ones are better.
We're combining.
Okay. Okay. Gravity control, mind reading, endurance, photographic memory.
I mean, I'm going photographic memory.
Photographic memory, and what else?
Endurance.
Endurance. Okay. So now, and I kind of agree with all of these, right?
Okay.
Although I'd like mind reading, I think I'd like endurance or photographic memory more.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have flight, super speed, photo, graphic memory, or endurance.
Mm-hmm.
So now pick one. Flight or super speed. Pick one.
Flight.
Flight. We already know this is going to win. Yeah.
Yeah, this bracket.
Yeah. Photographic memory or endurance.
I'm going to to go photographic memory again.
Photographic
I really
memory.
like that one.
Okay. So we have decided that
let's mesh those two together.
Yeah.
You can just remember everything you've flown over.
You just take a picture in your mind everywhere you go.
Yes.
So basically, we have decided of the 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 32 superpowers that I have found, flight is the most impressive. Is the one that you would want the most.
It is.
And what would be your second choice? Photographic
Jumping.
memory?
I'm kidding.
How would you land? I think the only thing that I would change here is that if I had to pick a 1 and a 2, it would be flight or teleportation.
Yeah, I like teleportation too.
And I like the idea of healing others, but I like the idea of flying a lot more.
Yes.
That's just my personal opinion.
Yes.
I'm not trying to be a dick. That's just the way that it is.
Well, again, we think we could help people, heal people by being able to fly them places.
I'm not entirely sure how, but yes, for the sake of looking good on camera,
Yeah.
I'm going to say that's it. I like that. I like getting to the bottom. I think flight is the best one.
It really
overall.
it's the coolest.
Yeah. How do you not pick flight?
I know.
And I'm afraid of heights. But I tried to fly planes, right? Because I like the thought of flying. Flying myself. Like actually me getting up in the air, flapping my wings. Now the question is, how would you fly? Would you have to flap your arms or Superwoman?
Yeah.
You just kind of think about just kind of push yourself off.
In my dreams, that's the way it happens. I kind of just push myself.
And you're up and you go.
And then I'm up.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I do a little of this.
Yeah. A little wing flapping.
A little hand flapping.
A little wing flapping goes a long way. And then imagine turning to the left or turning to the right.
It'd be so cool.
Like spinning around a building or something like that.
Cool.
I wonder if you get bored of that after a while. I wonder if you'd be like, I don't want to fly. I just want to walk today. I don't think so either.
I mean, you don't have to fly all the time. You can walk, but for a while, you're going to just fly everywhere.
That's it. You're flying to my house. I'm flying to yours. I'm heading down to Orlando to yell at Bob Chapek.
Yes.
All right, GCBpodcast.com. That's where you go. You find out more information about Krissy and I. Read all the show notes. Listen to all the audio. Watch all the video. If you would, please go to youtube.com/thecommercialbreak and subscribe. Like on any of the videos. We put out clips every day of the week, and then we have in the studio a special YouTube exclusive content that you can't find anywhere else. At The Commercial Break on Instagram and 661 Best, the number 2, and yo. That's where you can send us your content ideas, stories you've heard, comments, questions, concerns. Send them all there. 661-237-8296. All right, what else can we do today?
I think that's it.
I think that's it too. I love you.
I love you.
Best to
best to you.
And best to you out there in the podcast universe. Until next time, we must say, we always say, and we do say, bye.
How's your money feeling? It's about to feel happier with a certificate from Happy Money's partner, Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. Elevate and increase your savings with 18-month terms and only a $500 minimum. And the happiest part? MSU FCU certificates yield 4.5% APY annual percentage yield. Now that's a happier side of money. Elevate your savings. Go to happymoney.com/MSUFCU. That's MSUFCU. Funds insured up to $250,000 by NCUA. The APY is accurate as of the 12/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings.
The mistletoe margarita, the Scrooge driver, the North Pole punch. The holidays call for cocktails, so get everything you'll need for them delivered with Drizzly, the go-to app for drink delivery. So
what's it gonna be?
Classics like Bullet Bourbon, Don Julio Reposado, or Kettle One, or maybe something new. Find it all on Drizzly, where you can get beer, wine, and spirits delivered for any holiday festivity. Download the Drizzly app or go to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com today. Must be 21 plus, not available in all locations.
How's your money feeling? It's about to feel happier with a certificate from Happy Money's partner, Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. Elevate and increase your savings with 18-month terms and only a $500 minimum. And the happiest part? MSU FCU certificates yield 4.5% APY annual percentage yield. Now that's a happier side of money. Elevate your savings. Go to happymoney.com/MSUFCU. That's MSUFCU. Funds insured up to $250,000 by NCUA. The APY is accurate as of the 12/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings.